How you doing, guys? Matt, and you're watching Massive Beers, Massive Beer Reviews, Beer Massive Podcast. I wear a lot of hats. I do a lot of different things. Or as I like to put it, a US-based windbag who just won't shut up about beer. This is my channel. On here, you're just basically going to find a whole heaping amount of beer content, focusing on a bunch of different things. First things first, I do a lot of beer reviews. That's kind of the core of the channel. Do a little bit different than a lot of people out there. I do not rate beers on a scale of 1 to 10 or 95 to 100. I feel like beer is a bit more personal than that, and it's super subjective, so I don't know. There's a nuance to it that can't be quantified by numbers. So typically when I do my beer reviews, you're going to get my take on whether or not I enjoy the beer. Again, whole subjective portion of the show. But I'll also tell you if a beer is badly made. There's a difference between a good beer and a badly made beer. Basically just give you my idea of whether or not I enjoy the beer or it's kind of poopy. Pretty simple stuff. I also do a series called Mystery Beers. They're basically beers, I have no idea what they are. I started a couple years ago. I had friends. If you've watched beer reviews before, you see people do blind beers where someone kind of puts a select couple beers in front of them and they have no idea what it is. Basically, it's kind of taking that to the next level. A couple years ago, I had a friend of mine said he had a bunch of beers for me, and before he actually told me what they were, I said, you know what, do me a favor, don't tell me what they are, just wrap them up, like wrap them so I have no idea what they are, and I'll review them before unveiling what they are. That way you guys can get a sense of, you know, the realism of actually doing a beer review. It kind of takes all that pretension out of beer reviewing. So I do those, usually post those every Monday, and they're pretty damn fun. I post 1 or 2 every Monday, and like I said, I've been doing it for probably a bit over 2 years now. Lucky enough to where I have a pretty bold viewership to where they have reached out in kind and sent me a bunch of mystery beers. It's the only way I can do it. Can't really have somebody kind of wrap stuff up in my fridge because I kind of know what it would be then. You know, it's kind of you kind of whittle down the odds of guessing what the beer is. Not necessarily that I guess what they are when I do the mystery beers, but it's more kind of, you know, what style of beer and whatnot, even though we do guess them every now and then. But it's pretty fun, and it's a pretty fun thing to watch too. I did them for quite a bit, and then middle of 2018, I decided to kind of shove it out there in the world and have other people start doing them. So I sent a few of my fellow beer tubers packages with some mystery beers, and kind of said, hey, do these mystery beers, have fun with them. The only thing I ask is for you to send it to somebody else and kind of get the whole mystery beer thing going, and it's kind of spread like wildfire. A lot of those people have sent off beers to other people, and while other people have just kind of taken up doing the whole mystery beer themselves, especially a lot of the guys over in the UK that are outside of the United States. That's a little harder and prohibitive to mail stuff to it, so it's really cool to see it. So check out my mystery beers. I love doing them, but also if you like them and you want more of them, just type it in YouTubes and you can see other people kind of taking up that mantle and run with it. You're also going to find beer adventures. I don't do them that much anymore. Basically kind of like brewery adventures, bottle shop, stuff like that. But you'll find them from time to time. I'll kind of take a little bit of a video vlog thing of me kind of going to breweries or bottle shops or events or festivals and stuff like that. I've put the video camera down for a lot of those because I kind of want to be more in the moment. But you'll find them every now and then. And and last but not least is my podcast. I actually do a podcast too outside of this. Sometimes I syndicate it here and vice versa. Take some of my content and put it on my podcast. It's called Beer Massive. I have fun with that. Entirely different format to what you usually find here. Again, like I said, more times than not, you're going to find beer reviews here. On the podcast, you're going to find me talking to people in the beer industry, whether it be, you know, journalists, writers, brewers, brewery owners, people in the industry. And it kind of was born out of me having an old radio show. I was a co-host and a host of a radio show at a terrestrial FM radio show that ended up converting to podcast form. And there's a ton of content there. If you guys want to go check it out, you can go just beermassive.com or just type it in the old Googs and find it, and you'll find brewer interviews with pretty much, I don't want to say everybody because there's way more people I need to talk to, but from, Dean from Treehouse to JC from Trillium to Jim Koch from Sam Adams to Augie Carton Brewing to, people all in between. John Kimmich from The Alchemist, a bunch of different people. Some of the old radio format, some of the new format. So that's a little bit more of a kind of long form thing that I do outside of this. But you'll see some of it here too. So definitely go check that out. And yeah, it's that's pretty much all you're going to find here, which, why am I saying that's all you're going to find here? There's a lot of fucking stuff. Basically, here's the thing. In today's, like, social media world, it's kind of a big circle jerk of a lot of people just liking and enjoying and saying how awesome things are for no other reason other than just because that's the way of the world, or they want free stuff or whatever. I just want to find that fine line between what, you know, Michael Jackson did and what Anthony Bourdain did, which was, you know, I don't want to be nice on every corner, but at the same time, you know, sometimes criticism is a good thing, and sometimes looking at a picture through a non-rose-colored lens and just doing it from a kind of sound and centered point as opposed to just saying everything is awesome. And that's my kind of goal, is to cover the beers that I drink and the industry as a whole, and have fun with it while at the same time be honest in a good way and not pull punches. I guess that's it. Yeah, so there you go. That's the channel in a not so short kind of yeah, multiple paragraph kind of thing. So hopefully you guys enjoy the channel. If you do, reach out, let me know what you think, suggest topics you'd like me to talk about in the podcast. Send me mystery beers if you feel so frisky to do so, or if you just certain beers you want to cover or anything like that, feel free to reach out. I'm super approachable. You can check me out here. You can just write in the comment section, or you can email me at massivebeers@gmail.com, or check me out on the social media, Beer Massive and Massive Beers, on all the Instagrams and the Facebook. So hopefully you guys enjoy the in-channel. Hopefully you enjoy all the bits and pieces I talk about, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.